Hi guys, Labour MP Chris Bryant hosted his own show on LBC on Wednesday, where he took calls from the public. Now, one caller, Tom, who supports Brexit, dismissed the idea that things are going badly, or that Britain is in a worse place compared to other advanced economies following the pandemic. He dismissed facts as numbers. So did Tom have any solutions to the problems caused by leaving the European Union and the single market? Well, we just need to get back on our feet, or something. Have a listen.
How do you deal with the fact that we are the only country in the G7 who have not recovered to our pre-pandemic level? Do you think that that is anything to do with Brexit or not?
Well, it's all figures and percentages.
Right.
You can get an accountant to sell you one set of figures two ways. And at the moment, we're more negative stuff coming out about Brexit all the time. We've just got to get on our feet, sort ourselves out. I wish the politicians would really sort of pull their sleeves up and sort of get stuck in a bit more rather than coming onto radio shows and poncing around the country saying this, that and the other.
I'm poncing around the country, am I? Is that what you just said? Poncing round the country. You just said poncing round the country.
Including the Prime Minister going out trying to become a Mr. Nice Guy. Just get on and do the job that you're voted in for.
Okay, let's leave the last part because it's a bit pointless. But the other two issues he brought up here was about it's figures. Okay, we have figures for the number of businesses that have set up operations in the EU, for example, in order to continue to operate. We have figures for the businesses that have closed down. We have figures for the loss of trade. We have figures for how countries have come back following the pandemic and how the UK as an economy hasn't. Or I should be more clear, Great Britain hasn't. Because if we look at Northern Ireland, because of the Northern Ireland Protocol, it has access to the EU single market, which is a huge benefit. So what do Brexiteers have? What figures do they have? Because if you're going to say it's just figures, then surely you have some figures that we can look at on the other side. What businesses have moved to Great Britain since Brexit? What businesses have moved there because of Brexit? Because I don't see any figures. I see them going in the opposite direction, but I don't see them going in the direction of the way the Brexiteers want. I'm not saying that no businesses have set up, but surely there must be data for that. And you would think Brexiteers would be holding it up for us all to see. And the second point, he talked here about how politicians need to roll up their sleeves, get back on our feet and sort ourselves out. What the hell does that mean? Does this caller not understand that Great Britain now is a third country? And being a third country means you have to trade like a third country. It's not like it was before. And who's in charge of the single market is the EU. So the EU will dictate how the UK trade into that single market. Not Chris Bryant, not Rishi Sunak, not Boris Johnson, not Keir Starmer. None of these people will decide. It will be the EU who decides the rules of the single market. The UK could have when it was a member, but now that it's no longer a member, it has no control over the single market. And if the EU decide to impose new rules within the single market, the UK will have, if it wants to continue to trade, it will have to apply those rules without a say. That's why it's so important to become a member of the EU and to become a member of the single market, because you would actually have a say in how the rules are made. And the UK used to be an active member in making those rules. Now it's not. So it doesn't require the politicians to roll up their sleeves and get back on our feet. The biggest market the UK has is right on its doorstep. And Brexiteers like this caller voted to impose barriers to trade. So I'd love to know what this caller thinks getting back on our feet actually means. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.